Hi guys, Spartan765. Today I'm doing the third video in my prepping series of videos, and that's on food. These are the three intro videos, and there will be more videos after that, going over more detailed stuff, but these are just pretty basic. Going over food preps. What's a good idea for an initial shit hits the fan type of thing? Whether you're bugging in, and I'm going to tell you right now, as you can probably clearly tell, this is mostly set up for bug in. But bug out, I have a bug out plan too, but obviously, all of this bulk stuff combined with weapons and gear and medical supplies obviously wouldn't all easily fit in one vehicle. So this is more or less set up to stay here for a couple weeks or a month until shit boils over and then get out. But anyway, so for bugging in, or just canned food preps in general. You'll see here I got this little stick in here, and this says 2016 on it. I organize all of my food by the Best By date. So, the reason I do that is just so, you can eat if you want something a little fresher or something, I don't know, I just do it that way. But anyway, so, as you can see, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then that guy's partially filled overflow, and then that of full totes. And it's about enough to last one person about, with 1,500 calories a day, I'd say maybe 2 years. That's if you ration it. I mean, maybe not even. It's about enough for one person for 2 years with everything I got, which isn't actually very much. Because you have 2 people, you cut that in half. 3 people, cut it in half again. There you go. So what went from 2 years is now down to like 7 months. Not even. No, 6 months. 6 or 5 months. I don't know. My math isn't very good right now. But anyway, just going to go over, first off, I'm going to go over stuff that is past the Best By date. Now, I'm going to give you an example here. This shit expired in, what the hell does it say? December 2014. Now, I would still eat this no problem today. And it's, May 27th or something? 2016. I ate a 10-year-old can of Spam once that it had been past the Best By date, so it was really probably more like a fucking 15-year-old can of Spam. But 10 years past the Best By date, and to be honest with you, it tasted just like regular Spam, and I actually have that video on YouTube. That's quite old, but I still up there. As long as the can isn't compromised, like any big dings in it, any leaking, any bulging, something like this here, that's just grocery store abuse. Like you see, it's almost impossible to find a perfect condition can in a grocery store because they get knocked around. But something little like this, I wouldn't really consider that compromised. I mean, a good rule of thumb is if you can crack it with your can opener and you hear something like that where the top pops up a little bit, that means it was still vacuum sealed and still perfectly fine to eat. Obviously, with something older like this, it's a good idea to dump the contents out into a bowl. And then just for added safety, you don't want to get botulism, so go ahead and inspect the inside of the can. Make sure there isn't any rust, like around the rim or in the inside or anything like that. And then I'd say you're good to go. But that's just my personal opinion. I think this shit could last. I would feel comfortable eating this shit in maybe 2023 or something like that. So, 10 years past the expiration, 2024, I would still consider, if I needed to, I could eat this, and it would probably still be okay. There's guys on YouTube that have eaten canned shit that's 20, 30 years old and found it to be okay. Yeah, it didn't smell, like it would fresh, but it was still perfectly safe to eat, nonetheless. Now, non-canned goods. I don't have any non-canned goods, but, let's say you want Pop-Tarts, or you're a Pop-Tart addict, and you just gotta have your Pop-Tarts. Those shits don't stay good forever, but if you vacuum seal them, just like with crackers or anything else, any semi-perishable foods, you can just vacuum seal, and usually that'll double or triple the shelf life of them, which is nice. But it's always good when you got food, you're prepping, to have a variety. Don't just get salty soups, because that isn't going to help you any. Obviously, canned stuff is just an initial start, before you get your seeds planted and you get, a little community going, or you get some type of thing set up where you can either hunt, or search for, or fresh veggies, fresh fruits, stuff like that, because you don't want to live off this shit forever. This is like a survival type thing here. Like, you need this to survive, or you're going on a little expedition, you need stuff that's going to sustain you. I'm a big fan of fish products, sardines. These are healthy for you. Well, not horrible for you. They're probably not 10-star healthy, but I mean, these have got omega-3s in them. They got tomato sauce in them, which is good. It's got the vitamin A in it. You know, yeah. Tuna. Big fan of tuna. Omega-3s, especially if you get the tuna in olive oil. This is water, I know, but I have olive oil tuna, which is great. That's also good fatty acids for you. Sardines are great kippers. You can tell there's a lot of fish products here, but not everything's a fish product. These little teeny weenies. Teeny weeny. Oh boy. Yeah, those things are, these shits right here, yeah, they're pretty nasty. But looks like there's 2.5 servings per container, and there's 100 calories. That's 250 calories, a fairly small package. I'd consider this like a quick pick-me-up or something. Definitely not something to sustain you all day, especially if you're being active. Another thing, you got your spinach. Okay. This shit's not too bad for you. It's got a lot of salt in it, but it's got a lot of vitamin A in it, which is good. You want to keep up on your vitamin C, obviously, to keep scurvy away. So in this other one here, there's peaches that doesn't have a lot of vitamin C, but I got a lot of mandarin oranges and stuff, which is good here. Just some peach slices, These would be the energy drinks and shit. It's the fan. You'd eat the peaches and drink the juice down, and you get that little sugar rush. Which is okay. Let's see here. We got some cream-style corn. This would be nice to heat up. You can combine that with other things, like maybe if you had that, like some corned beef hash, you fry that stuff up. Maybe combine it with a little bit of that corn. I also have a ton of canned corned beef hash, too, which would go great with the corn. I don't know. You got your little classic little cooked ham. Yeah, that looks pretty good right there, doesn't it? Even in the picture. But I'll tell you one thing. If shit hit the fan and you hadn't eaten anything in a couple days, this would be looking pretty fucking good. A lot of sodium in this stuff, though. That's the bad thing. But I mean, if you're running and you're constantly on the move, that sodium, gives you the electrolytes you need to get through it. And something also not so bad for you, some baked beans. I like these. It's not like your typical canned shit. I mean, it does actually complement a meal if you have burgers or something. Have some rabbit burgers or whatever. More tuna. Obviously, let's see here. Obviously, yeah, I do have some soup, but I'd say soup probably only makes up about 10 to 15% of my canned preps, just because it literally, look at all the salt in that. I mean, there's some vitamin A, some folic acid, but it's just not a good supplemental thing to eat. It really isn't. It'll fill you up, yeah, but I mean, look at that shit's got 2.5. That shit's got almost 100% of your daily sodium, or 100% of your daily sodium for a 200-calorie diet. Right. I mean, that's right there. That's all the salt. Now, I'm a big fan of here's another thing that I'm not, I don't usually eat, but I got them because they're great for preps and lightweight. The ramen. It's not very supplemental, but it will keep you full. Yeah, not a lot of benefits out of this, other than it'll keep you full and keep you going. I buy the 35% less sodium because I can't even eat ramen as it sits by itself without leaving out like half the packet because it's just so damn salty. So, I mean, these can be had for 24 cents, 23 cents a piece. Get a few cases of them. I mean, if you had to, you could eat, 2 of these a day, and you potentially could live off of that. I mean, what is there here? There's almost 200 calories per container. That's, 400 calories a day. I mean, that's a really low-calorie diet. But, I mean, shit, if you had to, you could probably live off 2 or 3 of those a day. Oh, boy. Water, here's the next big thing. Well, actually, as you can see by how much I have, really not that big of a thing. That was worded horribly. Water's devastatingly important. One of these 32 packs of water, I'd say maybe 3 bottles a day minimum. You ration it 3 bottles a day. That's like enough for a month. Yeah, you got 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15, 32. 32. Actually, one of those is actually about enough for 2 weeks. That's about it right there. You got about 2 weeks worth of water there. So, I mean, you figure 2 or 3 of these would do you for a month. So, ideally, you'd want 30 to 40 cases of this shit to last you a year. Takes up a lot of space, but hey, you're going to drink more water than you would eat food. So, 30 to 40 cases for a year. Anyway, I'm running out of time here in the video, but that's just a very quick intro to, basic can preps. I don't even have nearly as much as some of the even moderate core preppers do. I mean, I'm pretty basic here, but, I only make $900 a paycheck, so I'm trying to up this every time I can here. Any comments, questions, complaints, send me a message, Spartan765 out.